So I brought the new group of chicks home and I named them. I'm calling this group the Heart of Dixie. I named them after the show Heart of Dixie. And we've got, okay, so here's the introduction. This one here is a she's a Silver Lace Wyandotte. And her name is going to be Zoe Hart. She's beautiful. Her color isn't really coming up well on the camera, but oh, there we go. You can see a little more, but I don't want to blind her either. She has a bunch of silver in her, a little bit of gray, well, quite a bit of gray, and a little bit of black. And her butt is so clean. And then, of course, we have Lemon Breland. She's an Isa Brown. She's going to lay us some beautiful brown eggs. She's been probably the most calm so far. Okay, Lemon, get off. And then we have Magnolia. She is a black Australorp. She's going to be a beautiful black bird. I think she's Jack's favorite so far because of the coloring on her face. She looks like she's mad all the time, which is funny because Magnolia on the show Heart of Dixie was a little bit of a pistol. So there's her. And then the big one, which I'm hoping is a rooster, I'm naming him Levon Hayes because on the show Levon was a football player and was kind of a tough guy. And right now he's puffed up because I took the lid off. He's probably a little bit chilly. I've got to get it back on to keep him safe. But he is probably, I don't know, I'm going to say at least an ounce bigger than the rest because just holding him, he's heavy. So I'm glad to see that they're eating now because, like I said, when I had the little container food in there, they wanted nothing to do with it. And, you know, they've been in here for probably 12 hours, almost 12 hours at this point. Not quite 12, but around 12 hours at this point. So I'm glad to see them eating a little bit. I put their food, Lemon, you're funny. I put their food in a little blender to make it smaller for them. I know it probably looks big compared to them, but there's all sizes from dust up to little grains. And over here, this green stuff, I threw in a little bit of clover. I like crunched it up into little teeny pieces and put that in there just so they'd have something to peck at and play with. But I'm kind of excited to see when their little personalities start coming out because so far Lemon seems to be the most passive and Levon seems to be the most aggressive, but Levon's also the biggest, and I really do think he's a rooster, so of course that makes sense. I'm kind of excited to grow these girls up, and I'll be happy whether they're all girls or if I do have rooster, but I prefer a rooster because, you know, we have been having the predators lately, so when I'm not out here, I'd love to have Levon protecting them. That's it for now. Oh, I would update you on the old ladies, but today they went outside and they're having their own little hen party out there. Maybe I'll go get some footage of them. I'm always excited to bring chicks home, but I'm also a little afraid because they are a lot of work. But this time I have the barn set up to where I can have, I'm calling this the nursery. I have the nursery set up and all ready, and the ladies get to hear them and chattering and playing. So I think that's going to be good when it comes time to introduce the chicks to the ladies. So expect a lot of chick content. I set the nursery up close to the chicks, or close to the chickens, and Tommy has been so interested, and Cow has been super interested. The Australorp couldn't give two shits. So I'm introducing the new group. I've got the daycare set up. They've got a little box to go hide under in case they need some privacy. They've got a perch. It's only maximum 2 inches off the ground, so hopefully they like it and it doesn't hurt if they fall. And they weren't really eating, so I threw a little bit of feed down on this plastic thing, and I figured I'll clean it out and change it a couple times a day to keep it clean. But as soon as I did that, they started eating right away. Obviously, they know their water already, and I got some electrolytes and things to boost them in there. And in a minute, I'm gonna introduce you to their names. As soon as I bought this one right here, I knew I wanted to name her Lemon. Oh yeah, I also want to tell you, I brought the radio out so that they can have some music. I always do that with my birds when they're young. I play music when I'm not around just so that they're used to noise and they're used to someone talking. So I brought that out and I'll turn that on. So far I've had them listening to, her name was Sarah Jarose. I've had the chicks listening to her. And oddly enough, I've had a little bit of Tom McDonald playing, so they've got something really soothing. I don't know if you guys heard that. I'm not sure what that was. Anyways, I've had her playing some really soothing, beautiful noise music, and Tom McDonald with his kind of aggressive rap, so they get used to it all.